Morning with Bruce Wolf and Dan Propp. Governor Pat Quinn has been read the Rahm Emanuel Riot Act.
Did he wag his nub at him, and does Rahm have a kill list?
That's Monday Morning. Bruce Wolf, Dan Propp, 89 WLS.
6:35, Awake with Jake. I know all the Joe Rosansky fans are like, why'd you do that, Jake? I asked him about hockey. I'm sorry. Anyway, coming up in the next hour, the man who investigates city aldermen. Right here. We found him. You're going to get him. You'll hear him right here exclusively. But right now, it's time for our very own Dr. Bob.
Oh, help me, please, doctor. I'm damaged.
My clemitis hasn't blossomed forth yet this year, but I have a picture from last year. Maybe I should put it on the Facebook page so people could finally see my clemitis.
Here he is, 2Bs10. Good morning, Dr. Bob.
Good morning, Jake. I did put some pictures of this year's clemitis up on the Facebook page, but the real important thing is I've got a very important announcement to make. I'm having some medical problems, and I know a lot of people will be very concerned. I've got tendinitis, and the doctors have told me that there's nothing left for me to do, but I'm going to have to be put out to stud. Now, I realize that this is a shock, and a lot of people are going to be dismayed, but I've joined an association called ASS, or the Association of Stud Services, and the motto of the ASS Association is, I'll have another. So I'm trying to be positive about this, and I'm looking forward to my new career being put out to stud.
Everybody tries humor, don't they? You came
Many
this
try, few succeed.
Well, you haven't succeeded. You came this close to getting the Joe Rosansky treatment.
Oh no!
Yeah, very, very close. Well, you're doing a takeoff on the Belmont today with the horse that's not running.
Well, poor Joe didn't get to it, so I had to scramble to try to cover that story for him. You know,
Joe was was heavily involved in the Cubs and all the details about the Cubs, and it just kind of ate up his time.
So Jake, that joke was developed over about 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Yeah, I can tell.
I didn't have time to focus group it or anything.
Hey, I got to ask you something. The other morning, I go out of the house, right outside a few feet from the front door. There's this on the, we have the mulch down there, and there's this blob, like a couple feet across. It almost looks like somebody threw up, but it wasn't. Then it looks like maybe there was ice cream there and it melted, but it wasn't. It was kind of a gelt type look to it. And it was almost looked like insulation, but weird. And it must have been some sort of fungus that grew overnight. What could that have been?
Is that on the mulch?
Yeah, it was on top, right on top. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, 2 feet across and kind of orangey looking, kind of orangish, creamish looking.
Well, Jake, I mean, that was something that I was actually going to bring up if I had opportunity, because there's that may be something called blastomycosis, which is a fungus which is around this area and up through Wisconsin. And historically, it's been called Chicago disease. And blastomycosis grows in on decaying vegetation. The classic story about blasto is a man and his dog go in the woods to clear out some brush, dead trees. The man gets sick and the dog dies. Dogs succumb to it pretty rapidly, and you can breathe it in by picking it up, or the soil being disrupted through construction, whatever. I've seen it comes and goes. We see it sometimes, occasionally. It's not that common, but it does occur. And I've seen 3 cases of serious blastomycosis and skin disease with it in the past 2 weeks in my office. And this is incredibly more common than it has been historically. I think it may be due to the very warm weather during the winter when the blasto didn't go into like a hibernation phase for the winter.
I've never seen this.
Yeah, this is what it looks like, and you'd want to get rid of it, and you'd want to take care when you're doing it, because people don't get sick from this from person to person. They get sick from it from an environmental source like the mulch. A number of years ago, there was potting soil from Wisconsin that was packed in Wisconsin, sent all over the United States, and people that were potting their plants got pulmonary blastomycosis. A number of people died. It's a very serious illness.
Should my wife have called the hazmat people when she picked it up and got rid of it?
Now, what you do is you have Joe Rosansky come out to the house, and you have him pack it up for you.
But it grew awful fast.
Yeah.
I mean, literally overnight.
You may not have noticed it growing.
Oh yeah, you would have noticed it, Dr. Bob. Trust me.
Okay.
You would have noticed it.
Well, that's what it looks like. It can grow out of trees, and it forms like almost like a little roof type of thing, like a saucerish kind of thing, brown and like orangey brown, and you don't want to breathe in the spores from it. When it's there, it's not so much a big issue, but when it's disrupted is when the spores get liberated in the air.
Well, will it come back? Will the little spore children get upset because their mom or dad was taken away and come back and come after me now?
Well, the mulch probably had, they make mulch. If it's locally produced stuff, they make it up by chewing up dead trees and other vegetation, and they probably had some, material in there that was infected to begin with, and it'd probably be pretty close to virtually impossible to get rid of. You might want to go to Rosen's online and get some fungicide and put it on there before you'd handle it.
Well, now sure. You should have been around the other day when we found this. Now you're no help to me.
What? It's gone? You took it out?
Yeah. What do we think? We're going to leave it there?
Well, if you start coughing or having a fever, let me know. Some people can, blastomycosis can progress extremely rapidly, and most doctors don't realize.
Does it cause fatigue?
I've had it for years. But no, you take it in by breathing in spores, so you normally have a case of bronchitis and then progresses to like a pneumonia, and the doctors normally treat you for the common causes of bacterial pneumonia, but they don't consider this fungal stuff because most doctors don't see this. I'm an infection doctor, so I see a skewed population of people that don't get better.
So you've had people that you've treated over the last couple of weeks then?
Yes. In fact, I saw, yes, 3 in the past 2 weeks. And it's like I'll see one person every 2 years with that problem.
Wow.
And I've seen 3 in the past 2 weeks.
Now, before we were talking about the McDonald's inspection down in Tampa, Florida. And I was reading the story. It reminded me, if you ever watch like the Gordon Ramsay shows where he goes into a restaurant and helps the owner, whatever the problems are, or Restaurant Impossible with Robert Irvine. One of the dirtiest restaurants, and every so often they'll show that the kitchens are bad. And one of the dirtiest restaurants I ever saw on one of these shows was a place called Rascals out of Delaware. If you
where in Delaware?
I forget, somewhere in Delaware. But
I used to live in Delaware.
It's called Rascals. If you ever see it on TV, you must watch the show. They had to bring people in. This kitchen was so dirty, they had to bring people in hazmat suits to clean it. And this is a place that's serving food every day.
Exactly. Well, those Delaware stomachs are pretty tough down there.
The other show that's on now is called Hotel Impossible, and it's hotels that are having trouble, and the guy comes in who's an expert, tells them what they need to do, and every so often some of the problems have to do with cleanliness and mold.
Do they ever bring Dave Savini in?
No. But what this guy has, though, he's got this little electronic machine that reads bacteria. You put it on the phone, you do it in the toilet, and it counts so many counts or whatever, and tells you how bad the bacteria is.
Oh, I ought to get one of those for when I go out on a date.
I want to get one for Roe's birthday. Roe would love that.
He would become obsessed with it.
Yeah, you would, because you'd be touching everything with it to see how much bacteria is on the phones, on the desks, counters, chairs, everything.
He'll never come into work again. He'll stay in his basement and do the remotes.
And that's my plan to take over the 2 to 6 shift, yes. A little investment in one of those machines is the first step to Jake Hartford domination.
Well, your secret's safe with us. He'll never hear about it now that we've discussed it on the radio. So.
Happy birthday, Roe, if you're listening. It's coming. The gift's in the mail.
You should get 2 in case the one has a defect, so you can replace it right away.
Yeah, because you don't want to be down where you can't check the bacteria.
That's correct.
All right, with that, I have to say goodbye, Dr. Bob.
Okay, Jake. Well, thanks for trusting me with your fungus question, and I hope we don't catch pneumonia. And if you do, give me a call.
As the old joke goes, if it kills her, it kills her.
That's right.
646. See you, Dr. Bob.
Bye.
646 on 89 WLS. Back after this.
The president's going to be here.
How to traverse traffic when the president comes to town.
Here's what you want to do.
With Rowan Roper and ABC 7's Ron Majors.
If you have to be on the inbound Kennedy, what you want to do is get to an entrance, park right next to the police car that's blocking the entrance, and then just as the presidential motorcade goes by, you try and fall in line.
A public service message from Rowan Roper.
Oh, yeah. What could possibly go wrong there?
Afternoons 2 to 6.
Don't get me started.
Oh, I know. On Chicago's talk leader.
It's like a heist movie.
89 WLS.
If you're a business owner, who can you trust to stand shoulder to shoulder with to help your company prosper? Hello, friends. Jim Nance here. I have seen firsthand the role trust plays in team performance. And now you can have your own business performance advisor to help your company reach your goals. For more than 25 years, Insperity has helped thousands of America's best businesses succeed by putting high-performance HR and business solutions to work. Your Insperity Business Performance Advisor starts with the specific needs of your company and tailors a customized solution to unleash your business potential. If you're ready to make your company run better, grow faster, and make more money, call 800-465-3800 or visit Insperity.com and meet with your Insperity Business Performance Advisor today. It's what we do. Insperity, inspiring business performance.
Feldco, the Midwest leading home renewal company, is now hiring sales professionals. We seek highly motivated sales employees interested in upward mobility who can close Feldco's industry-leading sales appointments. Earn in excess of 6 figures as commissions and bonuses are not capped. Feldco proudly offers comprehensive medical benefits, a 401k plan, and paid training. Our final training class starts soon. To apply, visit forfeldco.com.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Baseball is better with tradition.
There it goes! Way back! It may be! It could be! It is!
Baseball is better with history.
Here's the windup and the pitch. Good! A miss, strike 3! 20 strikeouts for Kerry Wood!
Baseball is better with fans who care. Baseball is better in ballparks like this.
Back goes Davis, back to the warning track. That ball is off the ivy and bouncing away.
Baseball is better during the day.
A perfect day for a game. A beautiful day for baseball here at the friendly confines.
Baseball is better when you win.
Here comes the throw. Cubs win. Cubs win.
Cubs baseball. Baseball is better here.
Come watch the Cubs on Monday, June 25th at 7:05. The first 10,000 fans will receive a David DeJesus bobblehead, compliments of Bank of America. Get your tickets at Cubs.com and see you at Wrigley Field.
Tune in to the Mortgage Radio Show here on 890 AM WLS this morning at 11 a.m. The Mortgage Radio Show, hosted by Kerry Kasem and mortgage expert Alex Michaels. Brought to you by Network Capital Funding Corporation. Will help you find the right mortgage product for your needs. The Mortgage Radio Show will provide you reliable information, up-to-the-minute interest rates, and most current loan programs available. Get the tools needed to make sound financial and mortgage choices. Tune in this morning at 11 a.m. on 890 a.m. WLS, the Mortgage Radio Show, your number one choice for mortgage news.
Listen, if you're considering buying hardwood flooring, don't do anything until you've written down this number and received your free Lumber Liquidators catalog.
The flooring with high quality with an unbeatable price tag.
Call in the next 10 minutes to get your free catalog.
What I bought at Lumber Liquidators is of vastly higher quality than flooring I had installed 6 years ago, and for a fraction of the cost.
So if you want great hardwood flooring at unbeatable prices, trust Lumber Liquidators. We buy direct from the mills. Call right now to get our flooring guide and catalog absolutely free. It's filled with top-quality hardwood flooring, including solid hardwoods, laminates, and bamboos, and even Bellawood pre-finished flooring with a 100-year transferable warranty. The same floor Bob Vila has in his home. This free catalog is full of tips, ideas, and our flooring project list to make your buying decisions easy. Hurry, call right now to get a copy of this free guide and catalog. Call 800-853-1444 to get your free copy now. 800-853-1444. 800-853-1444.
An ABC News update is just minutes away. 89 WLS and online at WLSAM.com.
5:51. Awake with Jake. Don't forget, we're going to have the Alderman investigator, man who hunts the big game, with us at 7 o'clock. Just say the story out of California. Fremont man hospitalized after severing his own penis with an X-Acto knife. And doctors aren't sure if they're going to reattach it because they say he'll just cut it off again. It's right there. Reported by CBS out of San Francisco. I wouldn't make that up. Ray and Aurora. Ray, you're on 89 WLS.
Hi, Jake.
Hey, Ray.
Yeah, I think what you're talking about is what they call dog vomit fungus.
Dog vomit fungus?
Yeah, and I was able to kill it real quick, within a few minutes by just using baking soda. You can actually hear the thing make noises as it dies.
So you have to kill it before you get rid of it?
Then you could dig it up. At least that's what my daughter did after I killed it.
So if you don't kill it, what happens? Does it grow? Keep growing?
It spreads all over the whole yard.
Yeah, but if you dig it out and throw it away, does it grow somewhere else?
This will kill it. This will kill that particular plant, but there's a good chance it'll come up in other places in your yard. But get to it right away because it spreads.
Baking soda.
Yeah, that's the strongest. I've heard that milk also works, but the baking soda you could just sprinkle a little on, or use a little solution water maybe. But do not let the baking soda get to your plants.
Now, and you say you can hear it die?
It makes all kinds of noises.
What kind of noises?
It's almost kind of like a bubbling scream.
I mean, could you kind of just give us the sound?
No, it's kind of like a bubbling scream. You can. It's not hard to hear, and I don't hear well.
A bubbling scream.
Yeah, that's pretty well a good way to describe it.
So it's you feel bad that you're killing it? It's like crying for its life.
Well, it's kind of a pleasure, I think.
Okay, Jeffrey Dahmer. All right, thank you, Ray.
This does work right away.
Thank you.
Sure enough. Bye.
If you see, folks, if you got this in your yard, you got something to look forward to today. Hear the bubbling scream. Here's a little story out of California. Oakland, where your tax dollars go. A Oakland school board is investigating a school that apparently it's a private school that they give money to for kids to go to school. It's called St. Andrew Missionary Baptist Church Private School. That's the name. Their students were seen at the BART stations, which is the San Francisco equivalent of the CTAL. They were seen at BART stations panhandling to raise their tuition. The school was sending the kids out to get their tuition money. But here's the part of the story that would interest you. Interest me. You wonder why the federal budget is always so huge. We have the big deficit, and we always keep talking, we need more money for education, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, this school gets federal funds for each kid in it. And apparently, they've been getting federal funds for 195 kids a year. But they only have 20 students. 20 kids! I've got to start my own school and do that. Is that how easy they give money away? Is it that easy? It says for the past 12 years, the school has been reporting at least 195 students a year. When in reality is they've got less than 20 attend. And of those 20, they've got them out panhandling, getting money. And see, that's low overhead for the school. You don't need a lot of teachers. Although I'm sure they're paying as if they had teachers for 195 kids. So they got to have, I'm assuming they have ghost payroll teachers. Or they have teachers who come in who have no kids to teach. And they do have probably one teacher for the 20 kids, an actual teacher for those kids, but then he or she doesn't have to teach the kids because they got the kids out panhandling. Now, the idea would be that the reason they're panhandling is it allows them to count the money they get, and that's considered the math class. And also economic class. And now that they found out that they've been taking all this federal money and that they didn't have the kids they were getting the money for, they're probably going to get a legal class, too, coming up soon. They're going to put the cuffs on somebody. They have to. You know, somebody want to know, we were talking earlier about the leak at the White House, about all the security stuff, and they just announced that 2 lawyers from the Justice Department are going to be doing a big investigation, which will probably go nowhere. You know what they should do? I'll tell you what they should do. This is the Jake Hartford plan. Everybody who was in the White House when all this stuff was going on, they could have talked, and they know who they are. They have a log. Give them all lie detector tests. Anybody that fails and turns out they were one of the leakers, next week when the president gives his radio address at 9 o'clock and they do it on TV, they execute them for treason, those people. That'll stop the leaks. That's the Hartford plan. Anyway, the man who investigates aldermen and a whole lot more as we continue to Wake with Jake. It's a Saturday morning right here on 89 WLS.